Okay, so this top button here, you have got a plus and a minus. This is your stitch length, okay? If you wanted to, you could actually put the sound on and she'll tell you what you're pressing. So let's do that for now. So you press this one, press and hold.
Safety switch protection. Safety switch protection. Stitch length increase.
So it's telling you
stitch length decrease.
What you're actually doing, okay? Then you've got, so that's your stitch length up and down. Then you've got A and B.
Double start tack.
Okay, so that is your lock off, okay? That's how you're going to know it is a lock off, okay? And C and D as well.
Double end tack.
So that'll be A and B is when you start your work. C and D is when you finish your work. So if you wanted them off, you press them twice.
Off. Start tack. Double start. Off. Off.
I've already pressed it once. Okay, so to put it back on, it's
start tack.
That's your first one. And if you want to do it twice, you can press it again.
Double start tack.
Okay, and then to turn it off, you press it again. So there's 3 moves on that one and the same on that one. Okay, so if you haven't got anything there at all, you're not locking off with the automatic machine. You'll have to do it manually. I am going to show you both, but that's just to tell you what it's for. Okay, so that's that.
Start tack.
That's
end tack.
Okay, so then you have got, I'm going to turn the sound off.
Voice reminder function off.
So the next one we will use is, there's a straight stitch down here, okay? And basically, if you do everything and you can't get back, you just press that straight stitch and that will give you your normal stitch that you're going to use, okay? Most of these buttons, excuse me, I've got a slash, a divider on them, okay? So normally it's the first one is the actual left-hand side, and then if you press and hold, it's the bottom part of the button, okay? Don't worry about A and B, they just do what they do, and this one does what it does. But these ones, anything else has got like a divider on it. Okay, so if you wanted the cutter on, it's the bottom half of the divider, you press and hold, and then the scissors come back on. If you want it off, you press and hold, and it goes back off. That's the same with anything at the bottom, okay? So we'll put the cutter back on. The other thing that you've got here is needle down. So whenever we stop sewing, our needle will be down into our work. That's how we want it. If you don't want that and you want to change it, then you can press and hold this button, which is at the bottom divider again, and that will give you your needle up every time you stop. Okay, again, I'm going to show you that later as well. So I'm just going to have it down. These ones here are all to do with patterns and everything else, and the foot. So you can program it so that the foot stays up for 10 seconds once you've finished your work. I have mine just normal, so I don't do that, but you can actually have that on there as well. And then the other thing that we use is, just check that that foot is okay, that's fine. The other thing that we use is these arrows and the plus and minus. Don't use the reset, and the P is just to excuse me, get you back to where you want to be. Okay, so if I want to change my lock off, so at the moment my lock off is 2 stitches forward, 2 stitches back, then it carries on sewing. When I get to the end, it's 2 stitches back, 2 stitches forward. That's what all these mean here. If I want to change that to say 1, you first of all press the arrow, and that will flash whichever one you're changing. Then you go up or down to whatever you want. So obviously I'm going down to 1, move along, down to 1. And then when I finish, just press P. That means when I start my work, I'm going 1 stitch forward, 1 stitch back, and then I'm carrying on stitching. When I get to the end, I'm going 2 stitches back, 2 stitches forward, and then it will either stop or you can cut it and it will come out. Okay, so I am going to show you all that later, but that is what that is all for. So I'm just going to go back and change that to what it was. And that's that. Okay, so I've shown you the basic controls on there. I will be showing you a little bit more as we go along. And like I said, if they're not on the course, they will be in the group. So I'll just show you little bits from time to time on what you can do with this machine as well. But they are the basics. Okay, this is on the H6.